What's going on, everybody? My name is Blazing Nico and we are back with yet another review. Today is not your traditional type of review from this channel. I've actually owned this shoe for about 2 to 3 weeks now, giving it a little bit of a wear test. But without further ado, let's talk about the Nike Reactx Rejuven8. I am not an actual wear tester for Nike or for any brand at that point, but I actually had these pairs of shoes, like I said, for about 2 to 3 weeks now. I wore them in different various activities just so I can give an honest opinion and tell you guys my truth about these shoes. The Nike Reactx Rejuven8 actually released, I believe it was early March or it was late February. I'm not 100% sure. That first colorway was that kind of slime green apple pair, and I think we got that orange pair around the same time. These come in at a very reasonable retail price of $70, for a recovery shoe that's basically all one material. It probably has one form mode and a little bit of an extra steps, but $70 is definitely not bad at all. These do come in a multitude of sizes. Of course, we have men's sizes, we have women's sizes, and we also have GS sizes in these as well. As you guys may have seen on social media, this pair of shoes is Nike's newest innovative piece of footwear for athletes. It's a recovery shoe technically, but it is definitely something different coming from Nike. As you guys may be able to tell from the name, the React X is the type of foam that is used for the cushioning of the shoe. It's used in a lot of Nike's popular products, like the Pegasus has Reactx in the midfoot of the shoe. I don't know if you guys can see that on the inside of the shoe, the Reactx, but it's one of Nike's most innovative and most comfortable foams. Like I mentioned earlier, these are actually used as a recovery shoe for athletes, and at least that's the intended use of it from Nike. They definitely take a load off of your foot. I have worn these after a basketball game, regular men's rec league games, nothing like super crazy long practices or NBA games or anything like that. But I would definitely say that these do give you some comfort and some relief when you wear these. Personally, for me, the Reactx in the back heel of the shoe, in the midfoot of the shoe, definitely gave a lot of comfort, a lot of relief to my foot. Like I mentioned, it definitely takes a lot of load off your foot. It doesn't feel like your entire load of your foot is transferring to the ground. It's being absorbed by this material. I will say it is kind of in that rocker shape. I don't know if you can see it, but it helps propel your foot when you are walking. The toe is a little bit slimmer as far as the material in the toe box of the shoe, the Reactx. So I will say that as far as after a game or after practice, they feel good, but long time wear I would not recommend. So I did wear these for various occasions. Like I said, after a men's rec league game, I threw these on. I actually had a double header that night. I threw them on in between. It definitely took a lot of load off of my foot, my ankles, my calves, and everything like that. That foam that really absorbs a lot of the pressure that you were putting down on it. I wore these on a few walks with my wife. We walked for a few miles, wore to the grocery store, walked the dog and stuff like that. And I will say, having these for about 2 to 3 weeks now, that this is definitely more of a recovery shoe. This is not a long time wear shoe. These may be good if you are, on your foot for a small period of time and then you can go and sit back down. But I would say if you are doing any heavy walking, say you're going to an amusement park or something like that, I do not think, at least in my personal opinion, that these are a long time wear shoe. These are definitely meant for recovery. I can see these being worn for, man, even when you come home from a long shift, you have on steel toe boots or whatever. If you're a nurse, a doctor, you've been on your feet all day. If you want to slide into these on the way home, walking in the grocery store, I think for quick trips, these are a great shoe as well. Something that you can slip on, that is comfortable. Anything I would say that you were going for a long time wear, for hours, or you're going to do a lot of walking, I would not recommend these. After taking these on a walk for a long time, I did have a little bit of pain. Like I said, it's a little bit thinner of the Reactx in that forefront of the shoe due to the rocker shape of the shoe. Sorry, mixing up my words. And also, this is not my actual true size, so that may play a part of that as well. But on the outside, it was starting to rub more near the lateral side of my foot. But like I said, these are a size 10. I'm a true 10 and a half. I did not know I needed to go up a half size to that in 11. So 11 may fit a little bit better, but I would definitely recommend these for either recovery or short-term use. Like I said, I have worn these for a couple weeks now, so they may be a little bit dirty, but it's nothing really to these, man. Especially this black pair. You see that black kind of jewel swoosh on the shoe, all over black, that Reactx. They definitely gave us a cool midsole throughout the shoe. A lot of people have been comparing these to Crocs due to the ventilation holes on the top. One of the great things for these is they made them, for outdoors as well. They gave us traction pods and everything like that. This is a separate material from the Reactx foam that we are used to on that sole of the shoe, so it does have an actual sole for this shoe, but they are very comfortable. They're very flexible, they're easy to get into. You have to pull the heel tab a little bit, but they're definitely well constructed. I also want to throw these on a scale for you guys and let you guys know how light they actually are. Like I said, this is a size 10, coming in at 8.5 ounces, which is less than half a pound, man. Let's take a look at a Yeezy slide. This is a size 11, so they're comparable to a Yeezy slide. Definitely different type of materials. This one is made more for comfort, everyday life. This is more for recovery and everything like that, but these are definitely coming in super light as well. One of the biggest things about this shoe is that they only come in whole sizes. So I'm talking 9, 10, 11, 12, no half sizes. I am a true size 10 and a half, so unfortunately I went down to a size 10 because I was not sure what size to get. I didn't want them to be flopping if I got a size 11, but I would say this: I recommend going up that half size. If you are a size 10 and a half or a half size, go up to that next size. You will not regret it. I can still fit this size 10, but after basketball games or whatever, when I'm wearing 2 pairs of socks, it gets a little bit tight on that lateral side of the shoe, like I said, but I would definitely recommend sizing up on these. Surprisingly, Nike drops these over and over and over again. They might have sprinkled just a couple pairs here and there, but these have been selling out every time they drop. You may be able to find a super small size, like a size 6 men's or something like that. But if you catch a link, I would say grab these as fast as possible, because you don't want to have to pay the resale, which is almost like that green apple colorway is almost double the retail of $70 for a recovery shoe, which is crazy. You guys should not have to pay that. I would say definitely wait around. Make sure to look out Soul Links, different links on Twitter whenever these are restocking on different websites. But for the retail price, it's a great grab. But for resale, I would say definitely to wait. Overall, I think Nike really hit this one out of the park. I think they're hitting more demographics than they intended to hit. A lot of people are wearing them just casually, rocking them to the grocery store, stuff like that, small tasks, and they keep selling out. And I'm sure the profit margin on something like this, kind of a one mode, easy, simple construction, I'm sure they're doing great on that aspect. But definitely a shoe I will be getting more pairs of. I definitely need to get my true size. I need to get that size 11, to fit a little bit better than this size 10. But overall, I cannot complain about this shoe. It's very comfortable, but I definitely recommend it as a recovery short-term shoe. As always, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to yet another one of these videos. This one was a little bit different. We had a couple weeks to actually wear these, break them in, and show you guys what they really look like on foot. They're very comfortable. A shoe I would definitely be purchasing multiple pairs of. I need that green one. That one really stands out. I may get the orange one if I can ever find a link, so I don't have to pay that resale. But until next time, make sure to keep hitting that like button. Make sure to drop those comments and hit that subscribe button, most importantly. Until next time, thank you guys.